Hey guys, Kev here, and it's time for another Jack Wolf review. Now, I was thinking just now before this video, obviously, if you look back a year, just go back a year, right? The two things I'm carrying today, and that I pretty much carry every single day now, I would have never believed you if you told me that's what I carry every day, right? Actually, it's three things, right? Like the fidget toys, I didn't even know they existed, really. A slip joint, I almost carry a slip joint every single day. And I carry a fixed blade. Basically every day, well, at least this month, because I got it this month. This is the Chickadee from Jacob Creates, and I still need to do a review on this, but absolutely love carrying this thing, and it just disappears. Carry it every day. Just weird, right? Weird stuff to think about. But anyway, this is about the Jack Wolf knives Cyborg. So I don't have a slip for this yet, and of course, as usual, I will show it off as soon as I do. But I am rocking it in this Lancelot leather OCD for EDC Jack Wolf knives clip slip, which is phenomenal. And this is the Cyborg in pink camo carbon. And I'm going to be getting a pink slip from Troy over at Northwoods Leatherworks to match this. It's going to be fire. But guys, I say this every month, and it has to. Like, I know it sounds like a promotion, right? It sounds like a promotional video. Like, he sends me this, right? He sends me it for free, which is true. And then I make a video saying it's awesome, right? And that's probably what most people think. If you know me and you know the channel, you probably know there's more to it. But from the outside, that's what I would think too, because every month I say, wow, this is better than the last one. And it's always better than the last one. It's freaking ridiculous. Like, I don't know how he does it. But he does. He literally does it every month. It gets better. Now, I'm not going to show you every one because I've done that so many times at this point. But last month, we had the Vampire Jack, which, I mean, it was Halloween. Freaking perfect. And this quickly became probably my second favorite of the Jack Wolf knives. Now, my favorite has been the Midnight Jack from, it was like the fourth one, I think. And it just remained my favorite just because of the blade shape. I'm a big sheep's foot guy, and this just really speaks to me with that sheep's foot blade. That purple fat carbon. This one has an epic spring on it. It's just really jumpy. Absolutely love it, right? And look at those colors, man. I just love the fat carbons. These are fat carbon. That's camo carbon. But let me put away the Vampire Jack. But this was the one last month, and I swear I'm just like, this is better than the last one. And the one before that was the Benny's clip. You know, and the one before that was the Canine, and the one before that I think was the Midnight. The one before that was the Little Bro, which, you know, we didn't get that one. And then it was the Laid Back, and then the Sharpshooter, and they just better. Like, I don't know how he does it. It's insane. But one thing I want to talk about real quick is, look at that. Purple and the pink. You got to be kidding me. And these are both kind of your, like, I don't know what you call them, surprise releases, because he didn't announce these. These weren't ones that you saw on his website. They weren't patterns he showed off. They were just like, boom, here, it's just like kind of a secret design drop. And this was the first one, the Midnight, and then the Cyborg is the second one. And I think they complement each other really well in terms of these versions with the purple and the pink. And I think that's really cool. You got the, obviously, the hollow grind and all that stuff. So let me put away the Midnight. Again, just my favorite because of, you know, everything I like in a knife. It has that blade shape, all that stuff. But this one is sneaking. This one might be my favorite by the time the month is out. Now, normally I don't love a sort of clip point blade like this, especially an aggressive one like that. But if you guys have been paying attention in the last couple of weeks, I got a label printer, and I no longer need to cut out every single shipping label. And that really changes the game when it comes to what I carry, right? I can try different blade shapes now, and having that utility tip is no longer a super important thing. Now, it's still an aesthetic preference for me, and things like that, but this design just really speaks to me. It's a really cool looking handle. And initially when I first saw it, I was like, ooh, I wish like a Tanto would come out of there. But I don't know if a Tanto traditional style, I don't know how that would go. And once I got it in hand, I was like, oh, you know what? This blade shape really does work with this handle well. And again, it's one of those ones where you look at it and you go, ooh, is that going to be comfortable? And you get it in your hand, you're like, oh, it's really comfortable. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's more comfortable than the Vampire, which is probably the most comfortable one, but it's really comfortable in the hand. There's no like hot spots. There's no issues with the Ergos. It's very comfortable, and you kind of land like right here, and this is a good spot for my thumb. You're not going to put too much pressure to like close it. The spring is pretty stout on this one. I wouldn't say it's the strongest spring by any means. You have good access to it. You can grab it right here. There's a nail nick, but I really see no need to come down here when you have all this space and you have that hollow grind you can just grab right there. While it's not the strongest spring, I'd probably put it at like a 6.5 right here, and then maybe a 7 on the way out. So you have 6.5, 7, or 7.5, something like that. I'd say the Vampire is stronger slightly, and so is the Midnight slightly. This is close to the Midnight, but it's not the strongest, but it's there. But it has all this room right here to where you can just easily grab it and pop it. And this might have the best acoustics out of the bunch. Just phenomenal acoustics, guys. Really off the charts. The walk and talk, honestly, could be the best. While I do truly, truly love the Midnight Jack, easy grip right there. Easy grip right there. Great open. The one downside I have to the Midnight is it's such a straight line from here to here. Sometimes it's a little awkward to get to half stop. Because it's got a stouter spring and the way my finger is here, I don't know. It just sometimes it's not like an issue in any way. These are very, very big nitpicks, but it has that little bit where on this, it cradles right here. Because of this angled line, it cradles. And then your finger kind of gets this spot right here. And it just, I don't know. It's just something about it. It's super comfortable, super ergonomic to open and close. And I literally did this for like an hour straight in my kitchen last night. I just stood there and did this. And then I put a little bit of oil on the tangs, and then I worked it in, and I literally spent an hour just opening and closing this bad boy. That's a good sign. Trust me. That pink just pops really, really well. I'm super excited about that. Definitely, I think it's my favorite combo yet. The purple on the Midnight is really close. And then having the pink slip is going to be sick. And to be honest, the toxic green version of this same knife looks ridiculously good as well. So I would have a hard time choosing if I was somebody who didn't have one already. But honestly, I'm at that space again where I'm thinking about getting another one. I'm like, oh, I might get the toxic one as well just to have it. I did that with the Vampire. I got the red, and then I bought a blue one. I like to put my money where my mouth is with these. I've pretty much always bought another one. So there's that. I gave that one away on the Knives live stream the other day. So still have the red one, but gave away the blue. So I don't know if I need to. Definitely don't, but I kind of want it because that toxic green looks absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, I digress. The ergos are phenomenal in the hand. The aesthetic is absolutely sexy as usual. The walk and talk is stupid. Centering on this one is dead on nuts. There's absolutely no play in the blade at all. Beautiful grind. Belt satin. Got that nail nick. You have the beautiful hollow grind. I'm sure it's stupid thin behind the edge. See how it feels. Oops. Oops. That was me. Yeah. Absolutely money. They always are. So, here we are. 10 minutes in. Usually my reviews are really long. I don't know what to say. One thing I want to point out that cracks me up is I can't unsee it now. Is it kind of looks like the lady leg lamp from A Christmas Story. It's like the lamp. Put a little lampshade up here on it. Kind of looks like a lady's legs. I can't unsee that now. Especially this pink one, I guess. I don't know. I love that, though. That's not a negative thing. We can look at the spring. See how beautiful. Look at all those lines. How crisp they are. It's really phenomenal. The work this OEM does. I wish I knew who it was so I could use them. Absolutely just stupid good. Okay, negatives. So I do have one thing on this one that I don't love, and that is the end of the handle here. While I really like it ergonomically for opening and closing the knife, right? I like having this spot that comes up to here. Don't like this. It's not like sharp. It's a little bit sharp, honestly, right there. But that's not the problem. It's not really a problem, but it sticks out of stuff. Like, I've tried it in a couple different slips. So, I like the slips that Troy makes, where the end sticks out a little bit and I can grab it like that. I just think it looks cool. I think it, you know, all that good stuff. And this is probably the one that fit the best for this one. So, when I get the pink slip, it's probably going to be this exact size and everything. And it just looks a little weird having this sort of like peak coming out. And there's really no way to mask that with the slip unless you get a slip like this that's just a little bit longer and then that point would be covered. Perfectly fine. Makes perfect sense, right? So again, it's a personal thing because I like having the end stick out. But I don't know. It just looks a little goofy. That's all. Is it an issue? No. But it's just a little bit of an aesthetic thing for me on the slip. I like how they all kind of sit a little bit proud like that. You know, they all stick out a little bit. And this one, just because it has an angle on it, it kind of just sticks out with a little bit of a point. So if I had to give it one kind of downside, that's it. I mean, it's my one nitpick. Other than that, another home run. Absolutely crushed. Out of the park. Killed it. Really, really killed it. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what else to cover, guys. You got a beautiful sharpening choil as usual. We got that M390. I think it's 59 to 61. Never had an issue or heard of anybody having an issue with the heat treat. Great stock here. It does have kind of sharp edges up on the spine, but that's never bothered me. Don't love the rhino's horn tip, but I'm getting used to it. And I think on this one, it just aesthetically looks really good. So it works for me. And like I said, I now have the label printer, so it's less of a thing. I love how the handle looks like aesthetically open and closed. It's just in the slip. I don't love that point. That's really it. I think this looks mean. Like, I think it just looks aggressive looking. The way the handle, like, because it's just got these sharp corners, which is unusual, I feel like, on a slip joint. And I think, again, that's one of the reasons I love the Midnight Jack. And again, this is his design, where I feel like the other ones are his designs too, but he takes a traditional pattern and he kind of works it into the Jack Wolf formula, if that makes sense. But these two are kind of like his brainchilds from beginning to end, right? Like, yes, there's been Barlow's or whatever this is with a sheep's foot blade before. Yes. This one's really unique in my opinion. But like, these are both kind of from the ground up out of Ben's brain, right? And they're my two favorite. So that says something about his design language. I would say my favorite, I had them all out earlier. My favorites out of the bunch are these three. And if you would have told me the Vampire would be one of my favorites when I first saw it, I would have laughed in your face. When I first saw this one, I kind of was a little iffy on it too. I was like, I don't know. I really don't want that to be a clip point. And then boom, it was a clip point. I was like, You know, the Midnight I saw, and I basically creamed my pants immediately. So that one's an outlier there. But these are my top three right here in probably this order. But it's starting to creep. This one's starting to get towards number one, but I think it's still the Midnight. But look at these. Just look at them. Just look at them. Oh my God, dude. Yeah. So here we are in November. This all started in April. Here we are in November with another gushing video, and it's just how it is, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say it's not good. You know, he's just absolutely killing it. I mean, that's just the best way I can put it. Also, this one I can do the one hand thing a lot better than on really any of the other ones. I kind of struggle with that. Kind of a baby about it. But this one, I don't know if I'm just like getting more confidence in it as I stab myself probably. But I can definitely do that a little bit better on this one. So that's another thing to note. But I think that's it. I don't know if you guys saw the packaging. It's probably been in a million videos, but it has a dope pink cloth. The Pog, a really cool Cyborg themed box. So check that out. And let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you again to Ben. I really appreciate you sending this my way, dude. As usual, you got another home run here, guys. The drop is on Friday, November 19th. Oh, crap. Let me just double check real quick. Bear with me. Where's the calendar? Don't want to be wrong. November 18th at 2 p.m. Eastern. Again, pretty sure on that. 2 p.m. Eastern, Friday, November 18th. Ben will be on the live stream on Thursday, the 17th at 9:30 p.m. So tune in if you want to hear more about the thought process on this guy. And get ready to pick one of these up. This video will drop pretty shortly before that. So you'll be ready to pick one of these up when you see this video. It comes in this pink camo carbon. It comes in the toxic green fat carbon. It comes in a dark matter orange fat carbon as well. And then it comes in two types of micarta, I believe black and natural, but I'm not positive. Just double check me on that. You can check the websites. There's a dealer list down below in the description. If you really want one of these and there's a certain one you want, some of the dealers will do pre-order spots for you, like OCD for EDC. You can email them, and they will set you up, and then basically you pay or they ship it when the drop happens. So you can't get it early, but you can kind of reserve one. I believe some of the other smaller dealers will do that. So if you really want one of these, instead of complaining and saying, "Oh, the fat carbons are never available," try to do a little due diligence. Reach out to dealers, ask questions, see if you can get a pre-order spot. You know, see if you can get one reserved for yourself. I think it's worth it on this one, guys. I don't think you can go wrong with the fat carbon options. Now, I'm a big fan of the carbons. I obviously have all of the carbon ones. I mean, each one I have in a carbon. I don't have a micarta. I think for the dudes using these out in the field, I think for the dudes who just love micarta, I think for the people who started with the micartas and want to keep the collection going, I think, you know, those options are still great. They look good. They definitely look more traditional. But in terms of the carbon fibers, I don't think you can go wrong. This pink is absolutely stunning. So glad he had the balls to go with this. I've been wanting to do it myself with something for Diva, so I'm glad he beat me to it because now I know it's money. And the toxic green is gorgeous. And then the dark matter orange is more of a marbled carbon, and then it just has these spots of orange, which for a knife called the Cyborg is literally perfect. I mean, if you had to pick one that went with the knife the best, it'd probably be the dark matter orange because it kind of looks like the eyes of a cyborg, like Terminator when he's going down under the into the lava pit or whatever, and his eyeball turns off. Like that color looks really good in the orange. So hard to lose with any of them. But yeah, that's it, guys. I think I covered everything. November 18th, 2 p.m. Eastern at your favorite dealer. Definitely get in on that. And I'm going to leave you with a couple of acoustics here on it. All right. Love you guys. Peace.